Hello again, welcome back. It's Sunday and it's 42 degrees outside, and in that bus is 44 degrees. So I've just put a table in there and I can't even go in the bus during the daytime. It's so hot. That was about 10 minutes ago. I just checked that. Let's see, have a look what it is now. It is so I've got this table in here and I thought, oh, I'll just bring things in and it'd be a nice spot to sit in, but it's unbearable in here. There's a breeze that's coming through, but it's a burning hot, dry heat and there is nowhere to go from it. So I'm trying to take today off and start again tomorrow, which is a very good idea because I think the temperature just goes down a little bit. But even just sitting in the house, doing nothing, I'm just sweating. So I thought I would come out here now, do a bit of washing and then just walk around the house because it's more comfortable than sitting down. I mentioned on the last video that I'm going to be looking at that crack on the front of the house. So that is my goal for now. I'm going to wait till tomorrow to pull everything outside. And I think I'm going to be dumping a lot of it out the front here. But you can see, I know there are lots of cracks already on these walls, but those aren't the ones I'm concentrating on. It's that one there. Right, this is going to be a very quick walk around because I want to get everything out first so I can actually walk around without tripping over stuff. There's the crack, and the gap has got wider in the last few days and I'm now concerned about it. So I desperately want to get everything out of this house as quick as possible, just in case. You never know. I want to be ripping down that ceiling as quick as possible. And all of the ceilings in here. It's such a shame because they were only put up, I'm assuming, in the last year to 2 years, I don't know, but they're all falling apart anyway, so it doesn't make any difference, and I can't leave it without knowing what's up there. The house split in half. Anyway, there's a lot of mess everywhere. I'm not going to do a walk around inside just yet. I'll poke my camera through into each room so you can see, because you know it is a little bit embarrassing. You know, I've been living in this mess for a long time and I knew it was a mess and I made no effort to clear it up intentionally. I'm not a messy person. I've been prioritizing things and I'm making excuses up because I'm a messy sod. Yeah, so there's two good things here. One is I get to find the crack. Second thing is I put everything out the front, 2 piles. One will be for the stuff that I'm going to be using in the near future, and then the stuff that will be for further down the line that I don't need right now, and that can go in another pile. But they all live up in the ceiling, so I'm looking forward to ripping these down and having 100 of those landing on my head. Where was I? Yeah, so clear it all out, but then I can put everything like into that room and then other bits into here, and it's away from this side of the house, which is the side that I'm going to be knocking walls down, because this wall here is presumably this was the original exterior wall. Oh, it's Monday morning and I'm ready to start the inside of the house. I'm not looking forward to it, but I am ready to do it. There is a nice breeze going around today. It isn't a cool breeze by any means, but it is still better than nothing at all. So that should make my life a lot easier. Before I go in there though, I was reading the comments on my last video, and one of my subscribers, Margaret, thank you very much, made a comment and observation on this fireplace. I did listen, I did do a little bit of research and have a little think about it overnight, and I have decided to not worry too much about this fireplace right now. I'm going to put it in the house after I've put it all back together again in there. Store this for now and see how we get on, because conditions are very different in here than when I first moved into this bus back in October last year. Since then, I have put insulation on the floors, the walls, and into the ceiling and changed this whole thing. The front I still need to do, but I'm hoping that's going to make a difference, because if I can get away with at this point using this Dyson heater, which I don't know how good that is, but it's supposed to do 45 square meters, then this only being 14 square meters, it shouldn't have any problems at all. I am connected electricity wise in this bus, so I can get a dehumidifier if I feel it's getting damp. See how we get on there, and if that doesn't work, I'll go back to putting that in. So anyway, I thought I'd point that out. Now, before I go back in the house, I'll just show you this very quickly as well, because here I took off the paint from the windows and I've made a much difference sleeping in here last night. All I saw was a silhouette of the windows and just staring out at all those trees, and so I got a real panoramic view. It really was nice. Now I'm going to get on with this. As I said, there's a lovely breeze out here, but it is burning hot, and I don't have my car still. Probably not going to get that until Tuesday, tomorrow now. So I'm going to get as much of this done as possible and see if I can get it all out and that ceiling down, and I'll stick it on time lapse. See how we get on. I've taken the ceiling down in the corridor, and this is what we've got. So excuse me for 1 second, but Jesus Christ, look at that. It goes the entire length. Now, I did know by looking on the roof that the crack was up there. I already spotted the cracks going along and up the front of the building and the back of the building, on the outside and the inside, because I could see that. But I was hoping that the inside wasn't going to be cracked all the way along as well. But right now this house is splitting in two. And I can see up there, right in the middle there, if I pan the camera across, you might be able to see it. I can actually see the sky through the crack, which is a bit of a pig. It is a bit of a pig. And I'm a little bit disappointed, to say the least, about that, because when I bought the house, I did know that this house was going to need some major work doing to it. Obviously, this is my 4th house here. I'm aware of these things, and all of them have been more or less ruins like this one. Not quite a ruin, but not far off. And on the other houses, I took the roofs off, rebuilt most of it, knocked all the internal walls down and so on. So I'm very aware of all that and familiar with it. But when I see a roof like this, which is concrete, this is the first house I've owned that had a concrete roof, I'm left pondering, what am I going to do? There it goes, back in the corner again. Don't be there. No. It won't go fine. Where's it gone? Go get it. That's 1 room down, 3 to go. I'm making a bit of a mess now, but I have managed to get this second room sorted out in here. Unfortunately, I did have to sort of work around a few things because I couldn't move them. Washing machine being one of them. When I had the new one delivered, they said, we'll take it away. And I thought, no, don't do that. I can use this for something, the drum inside there. I could turn it into something lovely, which when you're not busy doing stuff is a great idea. And of course, further down the line, when I want to make something, it'd be great if it is available. But right now, I wish they'd taken it away because it's in the way. But anyway, I'm down here. This is where the check-in was. And I sort of neglected it. I just left it all as it is. Oh, God, I need another pair of hands. I need to take all these off and take the pallets up to the house and then restore all this. So I'm going to have a little think about this overnight and just see whether it's possible for me to perhaps use what's already here and put it along that wall just so that it's raised off the ground. Three down, one to go. I've made a mess and a half. So as the saying goes, 3 steps forward, 2 back. That definitely works here because out here is such a mess, but I have got all of the ceilings down, so I think that's the messy part out of the way, I hope. But I'll show you around because I'm not quite sure where to start. You know, hats off to people that live in tiny homes. I have no idea how they do it. Okay, very quick walk around because it is a huge mess out here and I've got to try and get all this back in and somehow get it so that it's all looking tidy as well, that I don't need to trip over things in the future and then make it even worse and then have to do all this all over again. But that is a lot of work to get all this cleared up, especially as I need to try and keep as many of the rooms empty as possible. Ceiling, yep. Ceiling, yep. Ceiling, there's like a pothole. That was probably once a fire, I'm assuming, fireplace going up through there. And in this room here, this one actually is probably one of the worst rooms as well. This is what I spend most of the time in. There is one small thin metal girder going across there, but you can see that at some point had come through and they'd filled it with cement and bits of brick and wood, which is no good and very unsafe. So yeah, what a good job you did. Well done, guys. Right, let's start out here. Ooh. Ow, that's hot. Jesus, that's hot. I need a cushion. I need a cushion. Hold on. Right. That's better. Oh, it's not on the arms though. Yeah, that's still hot. So let me sit like this. I've got all these chairs around here, but they're all in the sun. So, right, where are we? Okay, you've seen the state of the house. It's not in good condition. So as far as I can see it, I do have 3 options. And the first option is going to be that I fill in all the cracks, put a full ceiling back up there so it all looks lovely, and sell it. which clearly isn't going to happen. So that's not the option, though I would love to do that and sell it to the builder who helped me at the beginning of my last house, who took the whole front of the house down and then did a runner with 10 grand of my money. That would be lovely. Thank you very much. But that isn't going to happen. So put that to one side. I've got 3 options. The first one is to pull the house down and to rebuild it. But then that's going to cost a lot of that. That really wasn't what I wanted to do, and that's not what I'm going to do, let alone the fact that the council will take over a year to give me the planning and the go ahead to actually start this work. Plus I then get to have to get an architect involved, and since I moved out here there have been quite a few changes, and that really isn't an enjoyable process anymore, so I want to avoid that at all costs. The second option is that I repair everything, but that's like polishing a turd. It's just not an option because I'll be forever looking up at the ceiling, so that one's out the way. It only leaves me with one, and that is to take the entire roof down. And that is what I'm going to have to do, unfortunately. Now, I did know I was going to have to do work in here, but not that one. But I guess it'll be another challenge and something that I can say afterwards, oh, look what I did. But in the meantime, I'm still going to have to fill in those cracks to make sure that it's all watertight as we go into the winter. Now, I don't know when I'm going to start that, so I need to get that bit out of the way. But at least now, as I said earlier, once I know what the problem is, once I know how I'm going to tackle it, I can then take that away from my mind for the minute and come back to it further down the line. I would have had much more time to think about this as well, which means now that I don't need to panic. I can now step back into the now time, which is getting that bus sorted out and getting the kitchen area sorted out. Well, it's not exactly a trip down the beach, but it's better than nothing, and I do get to just get outside the house for a few minutes. Well, offloading that wasn't easy. There was so much of it, my God. Right, let's go and get these gates. Just realized I haven't eaten today, which explains why I'm feeling kind of like exhausted. That was a long trip, wasn't that far away, but just getting all the details right and getting all this stuff on. So I now got to work out how to get it off. I just realized I wasn't watching, but I think they used a forklift to get these on. So what I have is a 4-meter gate that's going to go at the front of the house. It's like a cattle gate, and a 3-meter one which is going to go down the other end of the fence down there, and I've got a few other bits and pieces as well, but I've now got to get this off, and I'm not sure I can even lift it, so that'll be fun. I should have eaten. That's really bad not eating. Really bad. I should know that well enough. I'm old enough to know that I should eat, especially when you're doing physical work. I feel completely drained and knackered, but it's really good that I got all this stuff here now today. I ordered that 8 weeks ago, and it was supposed to take 2 weeks to get here, so really good it's here, because next week I don't have the car, and it means I've got these gates to be getting on with, but I'll come back to those, and that very thin, I have to say, roofing over there, which you know where that's going. But right now I need to get the truck back to my brother's, cycle back here, take the dogs for a walk, have a shower, have some food as well. Oh, I'm feeling a bit sick. And watch a movie if I can. I'm going to see if I can chill out and watch more than 30 minutes of a movie before I fall asleep. Oh, is that perfect temperature? Beautiful. It's not too hot, not too cold. Relaxing. It's around about now you want to be in a hammock. Hello. Let's get you boys out for a walk. Hang on. You shut the gate. This is what I can't wait to change. Look at this gate. It falls apart. It's only hinged on at the top there. It isn't a gate really, it's a fence panel, but doing this every time I go outside is so annoying. My brother's come to join me this morning. We're going to run electric from the house into the bus. We've got the cable and the conduit, and he's here to show me how to do it because I'm not very good with electrics. But we have it all lined out now, and we've got to feed it through. Right, he's gone, so we can talk behind his back. That was so handy, James, coming around this morning. I wasn't expecting it. He probably felt sorry for me, no doubt, because I've been harping on about the electrics for a while. Although I have a clue about electrics, I'm not 100% comfortable with it. So for him coming around to help me do this was invaluable. I didn't actually do a lot. I just watched him. But we ran that cable through the conduit, and it now goes around the wall there and in the side of the bus at the back. I couldn't get it underneath, unfortunately, because there's some sort of wood pallet in the bus itself, which means I would have had to lift it out. So we just used where the reflector was, ran it through there. In a week or two, I'll come back to that, and you'll see the double plug socket there. I have a new one I bought after this afternoon, after he'd already fed that one through. So I've got to come back to that, and that means I've got some sockets outside, which will be very useful. And also in the middle down there, we'll split that and put another couple of sockets as well, which is going to be perfect for the spa and the kitchen area. But you can see in the boot now, it really is a good space. It's about 5 foot deep and 2 meters across. So I'm going to have some great storage in there once I've cleaned it all out. And up there, you'll see I fixed that to the underside of that metal plate there. The white ones are for the lights, and the 2 black ones on the left go for the plug sockets. So once I've tidied up those cables and run them along the top there just to tidy it up, I can get that boot filled up with stuff. I'm not sure I'm going to need urgently, because I don't really want to keep opening this boot at the moment until I got this fence sorted out and I can breathe. But what a fantastic day, really, because I was expecting to be clearing all this up. So in a way, I can have a fresh start tomorrow, because in here now, I'm really looking forward to this evening, because I've got the lights and it's going to be amazing being in here. I mean, they're independent as well, so I can choose which ones I want on for the ambience. You've got the 3 on the top, 2 at the back and 2 there, and that is just going to be so cool. Very pleased about that. I just need to tidy all this up in here now. I've got to do that straight away so that I've got a comfortable night in here tonight, but I can then come back to all this another day. While we were up in town getting the bits and pieces for the wiring, the store next door sells this stone, and I got them delivered this afternoon, which is really good. I've got a sheet now that's going to cover this whole area, and it'll give me a really nice even surface, so I'm not staring at soil. So at this point in time, I've got to get all this stuff sorted out, and I'm so pleased because I feel already I've had a couple of lows with the highs this week. So to get to this point at the end of this week and feel that, although I hadn't finished some of the things I was hoping to, I've got myself in a clear mind and I know exactly where I'm going. That is going to look so cool. I'm really looking forward to putting that together next week. Right, boys, let's go for a walk. Come on in. So Will and Bert down here are busy munching away on this carob, and I did mention before that I found 17 trees just in this area around here, so I don't know if I've got more. But this is good news because they're ready now. You're not allowed to bag them up and sell them until the 18th of August, we discovered, or I didn't discover, Christina found that out, my brother's wife, because they've been collecting the carob from their garden and putting it into sacks. But where I got the stones from earlier on, they will actually buy the bags off of us. And we found out that it's 20 euros for 15.75 kilograms. Knowing that on a bit of land like this, that it's going to pay itself back a little bit, at least that's a start. That's a really nice little ending, I think, to this week's video, to know that this bit of land here is going to be giving me a bit of money back. That'll pay for a few things up there, no doubt. When I get the vegetable patch around here, any excess that I have, I'll be sharing it with the guys and girls in the villages, because up to now they've been handing us, James, Christina and myself, they've been giving us some of their fruit that they've been growing and some of the vegetables they've been growing as well, which is really nice. It's a sign of a really good community, so if we can put back into that as well, then that's really cool. I'm very happy about that. So who knows what else is around here. I hope I find more carob trees, because that's a nice little learner. I just remembered something. When I was up to get the stones, we could smell the carob, so I took a little walk around the side of the building, and we could see exactly what they were doing with the stuff, and I videoed it. So take a quick look at this. that week didn't quite go as I expected it to, but I knew I was going to have to look at that roof, and I'm really pleased now that I at least know where I'm going with it. So Will, I think he's just woken up because he could smell my food frying away outside. I've just had a cold shower and I'm ready to eat. Got the chicken out there ready, and I'm going to chill out tonight, watch that video and start afresh tomorrow, where I can get everything cleared up, and then I can get back to all the things I said I was going to do this week. So until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up and subscribe, and look out for the next one because I'm doing tons of stuff. Take care. Bye bye.